Welcome to Screw the Commute, the entrepreneurial podcast dedicated to getting you out of the car and into the money, with your host, lifelong entrepreneur and multimillionaire, Tom Antion.
Hello, everybody. It's Tom here with episode 55 of Screw the Commute podcast. I'm going to talk about private label products today. This is how you can legitimately become an instant author or product creator. Legitimately, I said. All right, if you missed episode 54, we had Greg Williams, the master negotiator. Negotiation is really important in your business, no matter what you're doing with employees or, customers, prospective customers. You got to negotiate. And you also have to read body language. He's going to give you tips on that. You don't want to miss his story about a mistake he made that made him look like a pimp and how it got turned around to his advantage. All right, our sponsor today is the Screw the Commute private Facebook group, where you can interact with me, my staff, and with other great entrepreneurs and like-minded people. And it's a place where my staff and I put in training and business tips several times per week. And you can ask questions and get feedback on things you're doing. Tell you more about that later. But always you can check out the show notes at, this is episode 55. So anytime you hear one of our podcasts, it would be screwthecommute.com/the episode number. So screwthecommute.com/55. And today is one of my Monday weekly trainings. On Mondays, I do in-depth sessions on some kind of topic that'll help you, save you money, or make you money. And on Wednesdays and Fridays, I do interviews with other great entrepreneurs. So anyway, Greg Williams, the master negotiator, was episode 54. All right, let's get to the main event. Private label products. I'm going to approach this from the digital products angle. There are other types of private label products, but for this discussion, we're primarily going to talk about information products, either in the format of ebooks or audio or video. Okay, first, what is a private label information product? Well, it's a product produced by someone else, and that person or company sells you the rights to sell the product under your name as if you created it. You will frequently see the abbreviation PLR, and that stands for private label rights. And these could be ebooks, audio, or video, but the great majority of them are ebooks. Now, yes, this is pretty much an instant way to become an author of a product, but I highly suggest you edit any PLR products you get to make them your own. See, I have no problem with the authenticity of using this method to create products fast, so long as you customize the product. I think it's a dangerous idea if you want to build your total credibility on only using PLR products, because eventually you'll get found out as a non-expert on the topic and your credibility will go down the tubes. Now, one way I frequently use PLR ebooks is just to create my outline, and it has nothing to do with me not knowing the topic or being an expert in the topic. It's just way faster and cheaper for someone to rough out the chapters and organize the topics covered for me than for me to sit down and do it myself or to hire like a ghostwriter, and who I'd have to waste time holding their hand anyway. So this way I get a roughed out book cheap and fast, but I still customize it. So what exactly are you buying when you buy a PLR product? Well, that depends. I mean, each company or person who produces these kinds of products have their own set of rights that they are selling. Not all are the same, even from the same product producer. So you must check for each product that you purchase. Now, what kind of rights are you buying? Well, right now I'm going to go through a list of possible rights you could be purchasing and what they mean. Many PLR sites will give you a list of the rights that go along either for their entire site or for an individual product. You either have or don't have the rights to do some of the following. Okay, edit the product. That means you can change it any way you want. You can add or delete sections of it to customize it. You can rename the product. This allows you to change the title. Now, if you do change the title, you may have to edit mentions of the title throughout the product. You can sell it for, let's say, X number of dollars. This means you can put it out for any price you want. Now, some rights may restrict you from selling it either below or above a certain price. You always have to check. You can bundle the product. That means you can put the product in a package deal with other products. You can offer the product as a bonus. This means you can sell another product and give this one away with the purchase of the other product. You can use the product to create other products. For instance, you could use the information in an ebook, a PLR ebook, to create a podcast, an MP3 file, a video, or a webinar, whatever you want. You can use the product as a lead magnet. In other words, if someone opts into your list, you can give it to them for giving you their email address. And nowadays, with their messenger address. Now, or while I'm thinking of it, you even text, their phone number, whatever it is. Now, you can add the product to a paid membership site. You can add the product to a free membership site. You can sell it through an auction site. You can alter the graphics in the product or that are included with the product. You can publish the product as a piece of web content. Now, there may be other rights being sold, but just make sure you understand what rights you are buying. Now, in this big list I just rattled off, I'm not saying you are allowed to do all these things with a PLR product you buy. I'm just saying you just have to check to see what they allow and what they don't allow before you make the decision to purchase. All right, what comes with the product? Well, PLR products range from a simple plain text file to a full-blown website. You'll probably get the product in a bunch of formats. You'll get sales pages and all the bells and whistles. So here's some of the things better PLR companies include in addition to the base product that you will sell. They might give you a website and a sales page. In other words, they write the advertising copy for you. Now, that doesn't mean their copy is good or even sounds like you would write it. You should always continue to study copywriting. Now, I have one of the best courses and most cost-effective courses there is. Made me millions of dollars, copywriting901.com. Of course, we'll have that in the show notes. This is episode 55. But just in case you're wondering, I covered copywriting also in episode 13 of this podcast. All right, they might give you a download page for the product, a thank you page to display after someone has bought the product. And many times the thank you page is the same as the download page. They might give you a sales audio or files or sales videos and all of the graphics. Some give you all the graphics in various sizes and formats to make it easy for you to adapt them to your website's color scheme and size. And while I'm talking about graphics, let's take a moment to review the kinds of files you're likely to get in a good PLR product. And we'll take graphics first. For the graphics, you are most likely to get a .png, a .jpeg, and maybe a PSD, which is a Photoshop file. For the text of the product, you might get three formats, either plain text, Microsoft Word, and PDF. I guess it's possible you'll get some native Mac formats, but I don't see that too often. For web pages, most likely you'll get HTML files. For audios, you probably will get MP3 files and maybe the higher quality .wav or WAV format. I think Mac is formatted in .aiff. But Macs can handle both MP3 and .wav anyway, and they're the most common. For video, you'll get MP4. And if you see .avi, you should know the file size is enormous. Now, you might on occasion see a .flv, which is an older format, not used much anymore. Mostly for video, you'll see MP4. Now, if you've chosen a company that gives you all or most of the rights to these files, you can edit them however you want. Like I said above, sometimes I don't use anything but the product just to get a quick outline that saves me time in making my own product. Now, I want to mention again the Screw the Commute private Facebook group where you can interact with me, my staff, and with other great entrepreneurs and like-minded people. And it's a place where my staff and I put in training and business tips several times a week. You can ask questions and get feedback on things you're doing. I give you quick tips that have either made or saved me tons of money over more than 40 years in business. And myself and my staff also give you more in-depth postings on all kinds of business topics. So check it out in the show notes at screwthecommute.com/55, or you can go directly to screwthecommute.com/Facebook and sign up. I think we have, sometimes we have a deal where it's $1 trial for a week, and then $37 a month, or you can get a whole year for $297, which isn't even talking to me 15 minutes in my consultation rate. So it's a good deal. All right, now let's talk about master resale rights for your PLR. First, let's be clear. In a basic PLR, private label rights deal, you are purchasing the rights to a product. You can change it all around and you can sell it to other people to use that specific product for themselves. What you are not doing is selling the person the rights to do the same thing you just did. In other words, just because they bought the product from you to use themselves, your customers does not have the right to edit the product and put it out under their name. However, if you buy master resale rights and pay a higher fee to the original product producer, and I'm not saying these rights are available. They aren't always available. You got to check. But if they are, you can sell the PLR rights to your customers just like the original product producer sold to you. Now, your customer can edit the product and put it out under their name. Now, if you didn't catch this, back up and listen to the last few minutes again, all right? Bottom line is if you buy the master resale rights, you can sell PLR rights just like the original producer of the product and get more money for them than just selling the product alone. All right. Now, these companies come and go, but the one I've been dealing with lately is HQPLRstore.com. I'll have it in the show notes, episode 55, but there are hundreds of these companies out there covering thousands of topics. So if you want a super quick way to get a product that you can make your own, PLR is the way to go. All right, well, this was a short episode, but that can make you a fortune and get you going on products really quick. Don't forget to sign up for the private Facebook group, screwthecommute.com/Facebook. I think we have a deal going over there. Please subscribe and review to Screw the Commute podcast. And if you're new to podcasts, we got instructions on how to do it at screwthecommute.com/55. Now, the next episode, 56, is Mike Domish. He's, as a college student, Mike had a horrific thing happen to one of his family members that changed the course of his life and business. And he's helped thousands of people avoid the same horrific consequences his family suffered. So don't miss his story coming up on episode 56. And again, this is one of my Monday in-depth training sessions on a different topic every Monday that'll help you make money or save money. All right, I'll catch you on the next episode.